Hey everyone, what's up? It's your boy Onyx. So, anyways, this video right here is a little different than what I normally do. I probably said that so many times. Other videos are not video game related, but this one is kind of like I will talk about politics, but I'm just also going to talk about general update on myself. So let's get the politics out the way, so I can just move right into how I've been feeling mentally. Now, before I do begin really get into the meat of the video, this is not a feel sorry for me video. This is not a oh honest I'm gonna support you more video. That's not what this video is. This video is more like just kind of pretty much saying to the world or whoever decides to watch my video how I've been feeling and just how I've been dealing mentally and physically, trying to keep up with life stuff, surviving. I'm definitely not living. And all the BS that Trump and his fucking regime is doing to this country. So let's get started. For now, I want to talk about this. I'm going to try to pass this fast. Regardless how I feel about Charlie Kirk, I do not care for Charlie Kirk. What happened to him, I would say maybe 3 days ago, was very upset. At least almost last week, but it's very upsetting. I think it happened, if I'm correct, I believe this happened last Wednesday. Tragic. And I don't think it's anything good about that at all. I am 100% against any type of political violence, and this is part of the many reasons, not just what happened to Charlie Kirk, but in general with school shootings that continue happening in this country. We need gun reform. America needs genuine gun reform. But I noticed this one thing about the right, and I'm not talking about people who are like Charlie Kirk fans. Y'all are exempt for this. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking more like the right wing media, like Fox or things that like really cater to the right. Even politicians like that piece of shit Nancy Mace. You got Laura Loomer's bitch ass, and a bunch of other people. I feel a lot of them are trying to use Charlie Kirk's untimely passing as a way to attack anybody who's on the opposite side of the political spectrum from them. Even Donald Trump paying Bonnet trying to push BS about censoring free speech. Like if you say certain things, I understand like you don't. I think certain things you say should have consequences. Like you're like I'm gonna unalive all black people. I think that should come with consequences. I'm sorry. I want to unalive all gay people, trans people. Those should come with consequences. I want to rape women. Those should come with consequences. I want to touch little children. Those should touch consequences. Because those are terrible things. But if you just have like, oh, you know what? I think we should have more Bibles in the school. I don't agree with that personally, but that's not worth taking someone's life for. If someone says, I think chocolate milk is the best version of flavored milk, and you can disagree with that, and they shouldn't lose their life for that. Sometimes people say mean things. Like I still remember a lot of the stuff people called George Floyd after his passing, and people ridiculed George Floyd badly, and no one lost a job for that. No one. And now, while I'm like I said, what happened to Charlie Kirk, very unfortunate. But if someone says something that's maybe less than savory or favorable, whatever word you prefer to use, they shouldn't lose their jobs for that, and especially if they directly quoting him. Not saying, oh, I don't see the pleasure of ripping him a new one, but because Charlie Kirk said a lot of offensive things to blacks, gays, women need to be submissive and submit to their husbands and just be the baby maker to take care of the house, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If these are the things he said himself, why is everybody getting up in arms about it? It doesn't make sense. It's like, quote, if I say to myself, I love pineapples, and then someone goes to me, Onyx loves pineapples, why would I get mad about that? I said that all the time. So that's confused. But now going back to where the political stuff, they're trying to use all this stuff to go after the left. The left. In addition to all that, and first of all, the left had nothing to do with what happened to Charlie, regardless how many people reacted on the internet after his untimely passing. The left didn't take him out. It was a gentleman named, I'm calling gentleman because I'm trying to be like politically correct, but I'm not going to use that word. There was a person named Tyler Robinson who is part of Nicholas Fuentes group, Groper, whatever you call it, community, which is another conservative right-leaning group. And now they're trying to play this thing with Tyler Robinson. Oh, he had a trans lover. Then it goes to a trans roommate. Oh, he was Antifa. And this is like stuff they're trying to spew even after the facts came out that Tyler was a Republican, just like the rest of his family. His grandma spoke to the news and said, "No, Tyler is this family is Republican, and Tyler's included in that." And so, the new media, the right leaning media in particular, have been spinning this like Tyler had a trans roommate, Tyler had a trans lover, Tyler was in like that's not true, and it was debunked. But they're pushing that narrative because when they first, and this go back to that piece of shit Nancy Mace, when it was first discovered that Charlie Kirk's life was taken unfairly, untimely, many people on the right, on Twitter in particular, X, whatever you want to call it, this is war. We're gonna get y'all. Trans people need to be done with. The left is going too far. You know, most political violence is done by the right. All that good jazz. And once they found out it was Tyler Robinson, they found out it was back his background, a lot of people backtracked. Like, let's just pray for him, like as Nancy Mace was saying. Let's just pray. That's what Charlie would want us to do. No offense, I don't know Charlie Kirk. I'm not a fan of Charlie Kirk. Because every he says I stand against it, all of it. I don't Charlie Kirk won't want you to pray for someone who unalived him. Just saying, I don't think he wants you to pray for somebody who unalived him. And then not only that, this is a conspiracy theory. I don't like to dabble in conspiracy theories because a lot of times it could be a nonsense. Like I know a lot of people, and I know a lot of y'all who really, really up there in age. Remember how people used to talk about the Illuminati all the time. People still do, but I think at one point, I think like the early 2000s, they were obsessed talking about this, that, and the third being part of the Illuminati. So I try not to really follow conspiracy theories because most of the time I feel like it's BS. It's not alcohol, by the way. It's flavored tea. Um, so something like whatever. But this spirit that Charlie Kirk, and like I said, this is something I learned recently. Charlie Kirk was pushing on his platform that the Donald Trump and his administration needs to release the Epstein files, which is something they need to do because I felt a lot of stuff going on in the world is them trying to distract from the Epstein files, especially right now. I feel like, and so now what a lot of people are saying, air quoting, because this could be obviously bullshit. Charlie Kirk was allegedly sacrificed by the right in order for them to get a regain MAGA, because a lot of MAGA folks were really like surprisingly on our side with the whole Epstein thing. Like, no, we want to see the Epstein files released. So this was their way. They said, so, what? Let's get someone who is very influential. That's a big voice for the right. And they decided they're going to, which to me is, if that is true, God forbid, I really hope not. I hope it was just an unfortunate event, not a planned event. At least not by a bunch of people. Obviously, Tyler planned it, but let's pray that Tyler wasn't low-key hired by the elites to take out Charlie to order to cause this current ruckus now. Because the MAGA movie, what I was told and what I saw on the internet, a lot of MAGA folks were like really fed up with the Epstein files not being released. But after what happened to Charlie Kirk, a lot of them came back to like, I kind of screwed up the Epstein files. We're mad at the left. We're mad at trans people. We're mad at the Democrats. All that jazz, which is what they wanted. Now that's conspiracy. That could be not true. And regardless if it's true or false, what happened to Charlie Kirk once again was messed up. Now you got freaking Donald Trump and his regime literally going back and forth with people like, oh, I can't stand, the left. The left is rude. Telling reporters like, y'all say so many things about me. Y'all mean. I'm gonna have to start coming for y'all. And mind, this is free speech. It's like if people on the right say something fucked up, it's cool. But if the left say something that's not favorable or that is, well, true, maybe said in a hurtful manner, they're gonna get up in arms about like, oh, you cannot say that, and that's dangerous. And they're trying to do a lot of stuff. And I watch Monty Matter a lot. I like her a lot. I watch a lot of her stuff on Instagram, and I think her channel is a really good channel if you want to keep up with politics, what's going on in the crazy world, because she makes it very palpable and easy to understand. She get through she can get through to you the severity of the situation without it being too complicated to grasp. At least for me. So I'm watching a lot of this stuff. I'm like, oh my God, they're trying to pass all these fucked up bills and stuff, like all these crazy stuff to try to control the media, control what people say, and how people want to act. And it just makes me feel like I really wish we didn't live in such a selfish world. Not just in America. I live in the United States, because a lot of people took this past election as a joke, And now all of us are suffering, some worse than others, but all of us are suffering under this regime because people just care about only themselves, excuse me, and didn't vote in a way that will help everybody. And it's just unfortunate, and I pray that we get out of this. But every day there's something new, and I'm not a weak person. I don't think so. I used to be bullied a lot. I used to be think shit of myself. I used to hate myself. You know, a lot more. I have my days where I don't like myself, but I mean, I told you, I really, really, really wish I was dead. And over time, I built confidence. My friends would support me. I had like Mitchell, Jennifer, Miss Anna, Aliza. They really helped me build that confidence and to love myself. And of course, I made my friends on YouTube, such as Chris, Damien, Suki, Justin, etc., etc. But this news, everything's been going on in the world. It's draining. It's exhausting. I'm not getting younger, and I'm like in my head, like, how much more can I just stomach this bullshit? How much more do unjust shit keeps happening before I just like fold into myself or society gets it? And it's to me, I see more like the stuff like the Heritage Foundation. A lot of these conservative groups, they want to bring back stuff like slavery, um, take away women's rights, they're doing it little by little. They want to have control. It's like, why do you don't understand? We as humanity should want to progress for such dark things. Fuck just slavery, dark ideologies, and advance and group and treat each other better. But it's like being kind is perceived as evil, being evil is perceived as being kind in this modern world, and it just blows my mind. It's like I don't get it. And then you have like folks who are just looking for the reason to always be upset with somebody, always want to put someone down. And I'm like, this is crazy. Why do you aspire to do such horrendous things, especially with people in power? Another thing that's been pissing me off lately, and this is going on in Britain in particular. Elon Musk is trying to influence the British government with his money after he did this very same thing in America. I'm like, why do I mean, the super rich people, I'm not talking about someone who got like 5 million, 10 million, 20 million. I'm talking about the super rich. Why do you just live your life in peace? You don't want to help nobody, fine. But why are you trying to hurt people more than they are hurting already? I don't understand that. What is, you don't have a soul? You don't have a conscience? That something's really foundationally, fundamentally broken about you if you just can't care about nobody outside of yourself or your immediate loved ones. Something is very wrong with your soul. And it's just exhausting. And just day in and day out, day in and day out, day in and day out. And you're like, when is enough going to be enough? When is enough going to be enough? And like, you every day you got to worry about a new crisis between voter suppression, people getting detained and sent to God knows where, people getting their visas taken away because they have an opinion that those currently in power do not like. People losing their jobs for speaking the truth. It's like, this is madness. This is insane. We should not be treating each other like this. But I'm fucking crazy when I feel like, we should be good to each other, but be like, that's not how the world is. You're supposed to be, it's a dog eat dog world. It shouldn't have to be a dog eat dog world. That's what I'm saying. Like, Kim made on Fox News, he apologized. That apology was not sincere. Said the other day that homeless people and mentally unstable people should be euthanized. And only after folks called him out on social media, cause he said that with his whole chest on Fox about the homeless people and people who are mentally mentally this is a word for mentally unstable, but I think it's another word I was looking for, but I can't think of it right now. He said they should be euthanized involuntarily. They should be euthanized, and like, that's such an evil thing. A lot of people who are homeless because they choose it. It was an unfortunate event in their life. Some it could be drug related, sure. But it was an unfortunate event in their lives that led them to there. No one aspires to be living on the streets. I can tell you that right now. No one aspires to live in the streets. So when they are homeless, and with the shelter system being as fucked up as it is, It's not easy. And a lot of people like to look down on homeless people as if just one or two bad events in your life cannot have you live in the streets as well. It's crazy. And then there's this constant attack from the right. I don't understand the obsession with trans, the obsession with disliking trans people. At the end of the day, like I said, once upon a time, I thought it was weird myself, but as I got older, I got more educated. I realized that there are people too, and sometimes a person might just feel they were born in the wrong body. Okay, but let's say I disagree with that. They're still human. I cannot disagree with the fact they're still human, just like me. And I feel like that's enough to give trans people respect on that foundation alone. But no, it's this whole thing that trans people trying to corrupt us. They're gonna turn us all trans. Like, baby, don't. You gotta spend money to go to the operating room and get your dick cut off, get artificial titties, get an artificial vagina, whatever, get an artificial dick. You have to pay money for that. No one's gonna do that for you for free. No one. And it's just insane to me that there's such vitriol towards a group of people. And mind you, I think so far we're gonna have 4 trans shooters. The way the far right speaks about trans people and trans shooters, you would think majority of our shooters were transgender. That is not the case. Majority of our shooters in America were cisgender white male, and that's a fact. And it's just like, to me, it's like this: the Heritage Foundation, this Stephen Miller. I don't give a fuck, that creepy looking bastard. They're all trying to find ways to make life harder for those who are not cisgender white male Christians. And I despise how Christianity has been turned to this ugly thing. Because I used to be a Jehovah's Witness once upon a time. I still believe in Jehovah. And even though I'm not trying to do the whole religious thing, because everyone's religion is different and should be respected, I feel a lot of times Christianity takes from Jehovah's Witnesses. I feel like the only difference is we pray to Jehovah, Christians pray to Jesus. Jesus is God, whereas as a Jehovah's Witness, Jehovah is God, the Holy Father, and Jesus is the child. But regardless, the Christianity teaches love thy neighbor, help those you can help as well, hate the sin, not the sinner, all that good stuff. Meanwhile, I feel like Christians feel like if you don't live the way they want you to live, you're not worthy of life at all. And that, to me, is insane. That is insane. That is fucked up. And this is what the world is. And it shouldn't be that way. Not to mention the continuous nightmare that's going on in Palestine. And thing is, if you speak up for Palestine, it's like you're automatic hate Israeli people. Like, no, you don't like to care for that Benjamin Netanyahu person, because he's a piece of shit. But I don't think saying free Palestine equals I hate all Israelis. No, that is not. Because not all Israeli people are doing that. And everybody's an individual. Like the same way I'm with, I despise Vladimir Putin, but I harbor no animosity towards Russian people in general, because everybody's their own individual. You can't just lump a couple bad apples with their entire nationality, ethnic group, or race. That is insane. And that's poor thinking, in my humble opinion. And now, to say that, it's been taking a toll on my mental health. I've been tired more. I've been just fed up. I've been just like, oh my God, it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. I've been scared out of my fucking mind about the future. But instead of me coming on here and complaining about my problems every minute, I just keep to myself. And I feel like I'm being punished for just keeping to myself. I know that probably doesn't make sense. I feel like I'm not gonna hit up my friends every day. You see this tragedy that's going on? People dealing with their own shit too. I'm not the only one who's living in this world. Everybody, everybody is dealing with their own stuff. So what I do is, after work, when I take care of Miss Daniel, put Vicks Vapor Rub on her legs, help feed her, help with her dog, take their medicine, help patch her up. I come home, between everything, I'm tired. I sleep a lot. I don't even play my games like I used to. I'm sorry I haven't been streaming up, making content. I just don't have it in me right now. I apologize from the bottom of my heart. I'm just trying to get you one day through the next. And I feel keep it to myself, I'm being punished because I'm not all butterflies in a world full of fire. And I can't right now. I cannot be, I'm tired between trying to be supportive in real life to my immediate friends who live in the same state as I do, trying to just get through the next day, not give up on myself. I am exhausted. And I feel like because I'm staying to myself, I'm not trying to make my problems everyone else's problems, I'm being punished. And it's like, I cannot be everything to everyone. It's not that I'm selfish, it's not that I hate you. I'm just trying to survive. I'm really trying. And I feel like I'm at my wits' end. I really do. Because I just feel like there's so much going on, so much shit taking place in this world. It's so crushing. Seeing every day how people just act stupid, no one's take accountability for the shit that's happening. It wears me down. And then when your friends want to act like everything's all hunky dory, it gets under my skin. But everybody has their own way of coping. But my biggest problem is just everything between trying to keep up with bills, trying to mentally prepare for the next day, trying to make sure my loved ones are all right, feeling like I'm not doing enough, feeling like I can't do enough, feeling overextended. I'm tired. And while I doubt majority of you got you this far in the video, this is how I've been feeling lately. It's not because I hate Ava. It's not because I don't like people or when people send me music stuff or funny memes, I don't care. I'm just exhausted. I'm overwhelmed. I cannot give these things my full attention. Well, I feel like crap. My mental is at a downward spiral. And there's a lot of things on my mind that I wish weren't on my mind, but they are. And I don't feel like talking about everything because no one got time for that. And I'm tired of opening myself up just to be ridiculed or my feelings to feel invalid. So I don't want to do that. But anyways, I'm really tired of talking. You got through this part of it. You got through this part of the video. Thank you. Peace. Take care. Honestly out. Ciao.